What is good? I mean, what is really good, my people? It is UK. Trying to brother dr.blick, the darkest man around. And today, guys, I'm here with OG Dugan. Say hi to the people, man.
What's good, people? Glad to be back.
It's always great to have you on the channel. Today, we're going to be doing another Naruto to Boruto Shinobi striker video. And this video is mainly centered on the character roster, but we're more so talking about PTS characters. I don't know why I started there because I had to think a bit about it, but we are doing PTS characters and whether they should be on the game or whether we should expect them to be on the game. So Dugan, what's your overall thoughts about PTS characters being in Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker?
Alright, to give my quick overall thoughts at the beginning of the video here, will they be in? I don't believe so. Maybe a couple selects, you know, maybe OG Naruto, OG Sasuke, but other than that, I don't think they're gonna make it. Is that a mistake? Yes, I do think so. Just to give my brief thoughts real quick, if you want to jump in.
Okay, yeah, I'm more so in the same opinion as you. I don't think that they will put them in because if you look at it this way, like there's so many characters that could be put in the game, but there's so many characters that will not eventually be put in the game. Characters like Kid Lee, Neji, Kiba, Choji, all those characters, I don't see their PTS version being in the game. But a select few like Naruto, Sasuke, like people like that, I could see them being in the game. But as a whole, I don't see them actually being playable. If they're not, you can understand it, but you got that mindset that you would like them to be in the game, you know what I mean? Like, you got that mindset that you want them to be in the game. You want as many characters as possible. Yeah. And when it comes to overall working as a team, like seeing them as a kid working a team, because remember when they were fighting against freaking Haku and and he turned himself into a freaking shuriken.
Yeah, it's like we saw way more awesome teamwork in part 1. I mean, of course, it was great, amazing teamwork in part 2 as well, but remember back in part 1 where they had to work as a team or they just couldn't get it done because they were ninjas in training. I mean, and I understand this is Naruto to Boruto, which is why I understand why some stuff might get put, you know, on the back burner. And this is like basically a fresh IP. I mean, it's still Naruto, of course, but it's a fresh game series by this fresh developer as well that just branched off from Team Ninja. So I understand if not everything can make it in. We do have to understand that. So I can't actually outright say it's a mistake like I did earlier. But yeah, like we both said, we want it in there. And yeah, it's just for all those really hardcore part 1 fans like I am, and I know you really love part 1 as well, Blick. It is kind of just somewhat disheartening. It is somewhat disheartening to not see, you know, your kid Kiba and your kid Neji, you know, these fights that we really like, that are some of our favorite in the entire franchise. But I mean, it'll be good to see, you know, in maybe if we can get a decent amount of Boruto characters that can kind of, you know, soften the blow, you know, to have those kids and to have that sort of feel back. But yeah, do you want to add anything real quick?
Yeah, I totally agree with everything that I totally agree with everything that you're saying. Like, look at the tuning exams. The early part of the tuning exams was mainly focused as a team, getting through them early levels, yada yada yada, so that they can actually compete in a one-on-one tournament to actually find out who actually become a tuning at the time. Like, those stuff involved immense amount of teamwork, and like you said, Dugan, like, it would be disheartening, but you can also see why they wouldn't put them in, because for the most part I can see them focusing on characters from Shippuden and onwards, and even from Shippuden onwards they're going to leave out some characters. Like, the character roster is going to be really interesting because there's not going to be a lot of Boruto characters, because we haven't really seen a lot of Boruto characters fight. There's not a lot of Boruto characters to really pick out from at this moment in time. So it's just going to be the main people from Boruto, the main people for Shippuden. The roster is going to be interesting. And the thing about it not having a story mode, it makes it even more interesting, or not having, should I say, a real story mode makes it more interesting, because the roster could somewhat end up being random, and it could end up being a random set of characters and a random set of stuff, because we know that it's gonna be based around online, like mission based, all those stuff, like kind of for some people making it a joke out to be that is reminding them of Overwatch. I don't really see it. I can see it to a certain extent, but people are saying it's Overwatch because of the whole types. You got healing types and all that stuff. I mean,
like there are games before Overwatch, you know, that didn't have campaign, that were online only, and
I know, but like Overwatch is like the one that people stick out to in their head.
Yeah, I have seen that. I'm just like, yeah, like you said, I can kind of understand where people are coming from with that, but I mean, come on, where's the chill?
But that's not even a bad thing. Overwatch ended up doing really well. The bad thing is when people compare this game to freaking Battle of Z, because as a whole, Battle of Z did the basic formula of Dragon Ball Z, like from freaking Raditz all the way to freaking Kid Buu. Like it did all of that, and then you added the whole freaking DLC costume with was it Vegeta wearing what's that costume? Was it Sage Mode outfit? The Sage outfit.
Yeah. They had a Sage Mode Goku.
Yeah, like if you base it on games like that, they somewhat have a structure to the way they put it out there, because those games weren't necessarily based in story mode. It was mainly based online, and I can see them doing somewhat of a similar pattern, but as a whole, the gameplay is what counts. The gameplay is what matters, and the gameplay is something that we need to be concerned with the most. Are we gonna like this gameplay? Are we gonna enjoy this gameplay? But as a whole, I would love for us to see PTS characters. Our PTS Lee would be so good, and PTS Neji.
Yes,
oh Lord have mercy, bro. That would be good selections. But you got anything else to add?
To even go further back in the Naruto timeline, Kid Obito and Kid Kakashi. I definitely feel like they're not gonna make this game, even though they've been in like the past 2 or 3 games, maybe 4 actually, because yeah, they're in Generations, I believe. So yeah, for them to not make this game would be actually highly disappointing. Even if we didn't get like, you know, Kid Neji or Kiba or whatever. To not have Kid Obito and Kakashi, what would you think about that? Would that kind of make you mad a little bit?
It wouldn't make me mad, but when you think of teamwork, like those characters, when they were showing fighting, like this is before Obito met Madara. Like we're talking about the original Kid Obito when he was a good guy. We're talking about that Obito. When they fought, him and Kakashi, when they fought, like when they were seen fighting, it was more so seen fighting as a team. Him sacrificing himself, like so that he can save Rin and Kakashi. Like him sacrificing himself to do all that stuff. That was all teamwork. All of the stuff that happened in that war was all based around teamwork. So seeing them not be in the game, it could be disheartening to some people. To me, it's not really much of a big deal, but you can kind of see why they are doing that. Like you can see why they would do that. It's more so, is the character roster going to be random? That's the main concern.
Yeah.
Because they can't put this character and not put the other character, because the other character they didn't put in was more important than the character that they end up putting in. It's more so that when they put in characters, it's got to kind of make sense to a certain degree, you know what I mean? But you got anything else to add? Like, is there any characters that would be heartbreaking not to see? Like Minato or someone like that?
Oh yeah. It would definitely suck not to see Minato, and I think I was talking with Flash earlier about what if Minato doesn't make it in, because there's a chance he couldn't, because this character roster could be limited. Because I'm thinking like, what if this comes out like Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit character roster, you know, like super bare bones, or like I don't know, maybe even like that Ultimate Tenkaichi character roster, which was pretty random as well. And it just left out things like super obvious things like, you know, Goten Trunks. Could this be like that? It very well could, because like we said, you know, straight coming from the ground up with this. And yeah, like it would be disappointing. Like we can't act like it won't be disappointing, because then we're gonna just have to wait for another game. Will this sell well? Will it not? You know, because we don't know what people are going to be saying about. We don't know what the reception of this is going to be, and we all know the reception can in turn affect the sales. You know, from people who are skeptical or on the fence about it. So yeah, if we miss out on Minato, not the end of the world, but you know, these things do start to add up. Like, you know, say you're missing Minato and you're missing, you know, all the part 1 characters, and you're missing, like, you know, Kakashi's old squad and you know, Kid Gaara, and yet, like you said, they'll probably be missing some characters in Shippuden as well. I'm sure we're getting all the Akatsuki, but you know, there probably won't be, you know, all the Jinchuriki. They're probably, you know, you see what I'm getting at, you know, there's definitely not gonna be fucking like Iruka and shit. So they're not gonna be throwing in everything. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of have to live with it, and yeah, like you said, it's probably going to be just a random character roster thrown together from, you know, characters that they felt was fitting, because like for the team setting of, you know, just Akatsuki and Team 7 is really all we've seen. It's just Akatsuki and Team 7, so it's tough to say how far they're actually going to go through with this. So, do you want to add anything?
What I will say is that, like you said, like, we're going to be missing a lot of characters. I'm just going to say this real quick. What I will say is that the character roster is potentially going to be random, but keep in mind, characters that are really popular in the community, they'll be in the game. So Minato is a really popular character, so chance of him being in the game is high. Same with people like Hashirama, Tobirama.
Alright, but also think, like, we could easily also be missing characters like Shisui Uchiha, which was just, I mean, when he was announced for like full burst, you know, everyone went crazy, like, because they love Shisui. Shisui's probably not going to be in this game.
Yeah, that's, I can see him not being.
They could probably end up, you know, leaving out Darui and the Raikage, and you know, a lot of.
Nah, they gotta put Raikage there, but him and Killer B, like, this is the thing about this game that I gotta put this out. Like, this game, it would make sense for them to leave out characters that are not really centered around teamwork, but, and also on top of that, that are not really important to Naruto as a whole. Like, they don't really have a big impact. Like, they're characters that we can actually live without. But characters that legit that can legit form in a teamwork sort of fashion, and have shown to do teamwork sort of fashion, and actually had good screen time, I feel like they should be on the game. So characters like Killer B and Raikage should be on the game. Characters that are shown to work as a team should be on the game, because this game is centered around teamwork. So if you got people that are healing types, people like Tsunade should be on the game. You could even say to a certain extent Rin could be on the game if they really wanted to. Like, I don't care if she's not, but like, she will be a healing type. You know what I'm saying? She will be a healing type. Like, there are characters that I feel that they have to put on the game so that they can fill out the types, but it all depends on how the types work. Is it limited to a select few? Is it is anyone able to do any type? It's like Storm, where you can access any type, but you're sacrificing something else. Like, no one knows how these types are gonna work until they actually show us how it works here. But yeah, you got anything else to add?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good, dude. I think I'm pretty good. Yeah, said a lot. We're good.
Okay. So guys, like I always say, make sure you check out OG Dugan. Channel link will be in the description below, and also check out Avatar, because he was the one who suggested for us to make this topic, because he generally couldn't be bothered. But anyway, guys, please comment and subscribe. I know I say this all the time, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying, please leave a like, rating if you enjoyed this video, and yeah, this UK Chocolate Brother will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Peace.